Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanallah. I'm not really, I guess I'm not going to divulge much of what I guess could be said concerning this particular article that's been published 20 hours ago, according to this link, and today is the 4th of December. Now, those of you who've been following the Science PDF for the past 3 years and the content um, to augment and support it, and all the postulations in there. In conclusion, what we said is that they will stage a false extraterrestrial contact when they use one of these nuclear bombs on any one of these countries, I guess, that uses them. And this is in and around the time that this world war, sets off. Subhanallah. And then that will kind of lend itself and segue into the prologue that would introduce the world to Dajjal Lanatullahi alayhi. I understand that from my at least position that we will get to see a temporal appearance of a Dajjal, a manufactured one on the Mount of Olives, as it's known in Israel, which will be the Antichrist. And then I think there very possibly will be a manufactured um, rapture that will lead, I guess, the remnant that will be left behind to believe that that was um, Jesus in person, na'uzubillah min zalik. And then what will ensue and what's going to ensue is the 7 years of tribulation, again manufactured, subhanallah, right? Where they will then they're looking to restructure the boundaries and the borders of the globe and um, um, consolidate power to one global governance and one economy, as well as a one military arm, subhanallah. Sadly, we've just walked right into this. And as far as this particular issue, which I certainly have grappled, discussed ad nauseum, impressed on our beloved ulama ikram to really study this, understand it, and appreciate that this, in terms of gravity, is far more serious than the wars that will come, than the famine that will ensue, than the manufactured diseases that they will spread and are spreading and will spread exponentially when these wars start. All of that is insignificant compared to this particular agenda of false extraterrestrials, simply because this is going to hit at the heart of not just the uh, Christian and the Jewish faithful. They'll be led to believe that the Dajjal has extraterrestrial origin and that in fact he returned to Earth previously as a sentient spiritual being, and that his kind have been visiting Earth, and that they had spliced the genome of the indigenous species, which was the Homo erectus at the time, with their own DNA and created Adam and Eve. This will very likely be the line that they will spin on the masses, subhanAllah, right? To seduce them into believing that they were our creators. And this is where Zachariah Sitchin's works, who is a Mason, by the way, will come to play. And then many other aspects that we've discussed and broached the topics on, and have been archived on the channel since we issued the Science PDF back in 2016. This issue is absolutely tremendous, and I'm very, very, very disappointed at the lack of appreciation of our ulama ikram for the gravity of this issue, and not being able to grapple it and at least broach the topic with the ummah and educate them that there's a very real possibility that they will stage a false extraterrestrial contact. And Islam is very clear about few things. The Prophet ﷺ hasn't omitted anything. We don't discount the fact that there may be other beings, other islands that exist. But what we have been clear about, and I again impress on our ulama ikram, if I'm incorrect, please, by all means, respond back to me and tell me, Abdul Latif, you've got this wrong, right? But from what I understand, there are only 5 makhluk that will coerce and interact with Ibn Adam, the son of Adam, on an intellectual level or on some sort of emotional level at least, which is Yajuj wa Majuj, which is a Dajjal, which is Dabatul Ard, which is the jinn, and then the other species, the other is the Malaika, subhanallah. Other than that, I'm not aware of any other in hadith, in Quran or hadith, where there's mention of any other creation, makhluk of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that will engage with Ibn Adam on an intellectual level during their tenure in alami wujud on earth, subhanallah. I'm not discounting the fact that other species exist. Call them what you want, aliens or whatever else they're being called. But their interaction with us, the Prophet ﷺ has not omitted any of that or any part of that. I understand that this is a huge psyop and a very great one, a very considerable one. And it's very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate that our ulama ikram have not grappled with this issue and not really educated the ummah concerning the possibility of them staging a hoax extraterrestrial contact using holographic technology and other means that they have, right? To convince the masses, subhanallah, that these beings do indeed exist, and in fact they were the ones who had coerced the Anbiya alayhi salam, and they were in fact the angels that we refer to, and they were the ones who were inspiring telepathically these passages and I guess the three Abrahamic religions as well as other religions across, throughout our history, subhanAllah, on earth. And this includes everything else that I guess would ensue. And it's unfortunate. It's really, 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 really very pathetic, very unfortunate. I'm sorry. You know that I've never really, I've been very careful, with my words. I don't mean to offend, but I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed. The contemporary scholarship today is absolutely, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. The ilm that you've hustled, where's the firasa gone from that? Where's the firasa gone? The consequence, the nichor, the khulasa of ilm is that you have some sort of basira, some ability to be able to discern and see. We see nothing. We're limited to what institutional teachings, and subhanallah, that's it, really. And then all we see is protectionism and cowering. Subhanallah. You're responsible. You're duty bound to the ummah. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Not even a voice. In the 3 years, I've not seen one alim who's been on the distribution list who has grappled with any part of this. Any part of it. And subhanallah, let it come. The time's coming. It's coming this year. That's the point where I will cut off when it does start. Subhanallah. You've been handed over enough information and enough evidence that augments and supports what's in the science PDF. Yet not one individual has stood up. Subhanallah, subhanallah, subhanallah. Ajib. It's Allahu Akbar Kabir. Jazakallahu khairan wa ahsanu jaza for your time. Assalamu alaikum.